So how you would clean this EUREKA stick vacuum is you're just going to press this button right here and that'll release the dustbin. And then I usually like to wipe this area off just with a little disinfectant wipe just to get all that dust off. And then actually on this side, there's a little slit in the plastic. That's where you can replace this little filter. And it's not too bad, just a little dirty. I am going to run that under some water just to clean it, but it's honestly not too bad. In here is the filter, so you're just gonna grab that and that'll come out. That's all that pet hair I just vacuumed up. But we're just gonna empty that into the trash can. And then look at how gross that is. We need to clean that, and you can run this underwater, so I'm gonna go do that. And I'm just gonna use this just to gently brush along here all that debris off while I run it under warm water. And then usually I just like to grab all of that pet hair off of the filter just so I'm not running that all the way down my sink. And then this is pretty gross too, so I'm just gonna rinse that out with some warm water and scrub it down, and then we'll wipe it out with the disinfectant wipe. I did want to point out too that the little flap that is on the suction part of the vacuum does come out, so you can take that out and clean it out, which I really appreciate because stuff gets stuck down there, as you can see, and that's just really gross. We don't want any food rotting down there. So you could just take that out and run it underwater. But this is what all the pieces look like clean. So that is the filter, and then we have that second filter that was in the actual vacuum part. You want to make sure these are completely dry before you put the vacuum back together. And then this is what that inside looks like, and I did take that flap out, so that is completely clean as well. I'm just going to run a disinfectant wipe over all of this just so it gets rid of all those germs. But I can just show you, so the flap does go in this little part right here that has that little divot on the side. And you can just push that in, and then the flap works again. But then once all those are dry, all you have to do is put everything back together, slip that back in, make sure this little tab's facing out so you can easily grab that out. And then that just snaps back into place right there. And then you're good to vacuum again.